Hello, YouTube viewers. Jaylbayt here with another episode of Master of Orion, playing as the Klackons. Um, I know it's been a couple days since the last episode. I apologize for that. I am getting towards the end of my semester in school. Things are getting a little hairy, and having to get through the problems that we were having with recording and some of the playthrough or some of the replay through and that sort of thing really kind of got me a little crazy. So I took a couple days off so that I could finish up some homework and do that sort of thing. But we're back and we are ready to go. So when last we left, I know we were kind of thinking about building up a fleet. We had finished colonizing a bunch of stuff. And we have one colony going out here, so we are in a good spot. You're cool protecting that place there. So let's just get on with it. Oh, we have this ship over here going to kill some pirates too, if I remember. Cool. Speaking of pirates, the trade treaty with the Cylon have finished and it yielded 462 credits. Very nice. Everyone grew. That's very nice. Let's see, transport ship here. We were going to send over to Nephthys so it can get its population back up to 4. Let's go ahead and move our ships. And take on these pirates. A pirate marauder. Oh, we haven't seen one of these in a while, so let's go ahead and take command. There's our little fly. Just has bombs, so we will try to keep it fairly safe. Alright, what are you? You are the fly. So I want you coming out here. You are, yep, going to attack this guy. What is all that? I don't know. So you're attacking there, and I want you to kind of stay at range with your missiles, because that's what you do. Now, we haven't upgraded these guys yet to anything spectacular. They're still using our Mercury Light missiles, even though we have pulsons now, I believe, or will have them shortly. And let's go ahead and get it going. So, these guys should, you can see kind of their, what are you doing? Hey, fly, get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, so they got within range, chucked their missiles, and then kind of retreated a little bit. That's what we want to see. Kind of harassing tactics to make sure that we don't take any unnecessary damage. Boom, and there they go. Next turn, we'll go and bomb the crap out of that little planet and see what we get. All right, so everyone is growing. That's fantastic. We'll leave them to do that. These guys, I think we can actually afford to drop them into some production and help that go a little bit quicker. Alright. Zakatan 2 has maxed their population, so further population should head down here into the production queue. Although, at an 80% morale, we may want to look at getting these guys a government support facility fairly quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and rush that up there. And Hyades. Oh, our gravity planet. I feel so bad for them. But they've grown. It doesn't really do much for them, but sure, we'll let them grow. They're fairly close to their population. However, we are kind of rushing towards getting these guys the gravity thing that they need. So, what's their pollution like? It's 0, so that's fine. So perhaps we'll get them working on another terraforming while we wait for the gravity technology. Once we have that, it should be very good. Okay, I stopped this guy here. Why? Oh, we wanted him on this side of the place to guard. We've got another ant coming up there as well. We just want to make sure that if the Terrans get a little frisky with us, we are ready for it with at least a small amount of defense.
Let not a good deal go to waste.
Oh, here we go. So everybody kind of hates us, and you can tell if you look here, it's because we're colonizing too fast. So they're basically kind of like demanding payment to satiate their jealousy or fear, we can call it, for our rapid colonization and expansion. That's just going to happen. Everybody's going to feel that way, and there's nothing really we can do about it besides stop colonizing, which we will do. After this colony, we're not going to colonize anymore for a little while, but it is going to get some feathers a little bit rustled. All right, here's our thing here. We're going to go ahead and start building a military outpost there. And that should... Oh, we got this one last point where we can build a military outpost, and that will secure all fronts into our kind of niche of space that we have marked out for ourselves here. This is going to be all we're going to take pretty much, I would say, for the most part, for the rest of the game. We're not going to need to colonize much anymore. If we do take more planets and land, it will be within planets within the systems that we already have, or from conquest of the other peoples. So, yeah, these guys are getting blah. Oh, one thing. Oh, here's the deal. These pirates, right? Were coming from Rivati. Okay, so let's assume that there is a pirate base in Rivati. Rather than go one system away to the humans, or a couple systems to the Bulrathi, they are going to make their tedious way 24, 25 turns, whatever, to try to get to me. That's one part of the game that needs a little bit of tweaking there, NGD or WG Labs, because that's just silly. All right, let's go ahead and attack their base here. Boom.
Your crew descends to investigate the remains of the pirate enclave. The destruction is near total, but a constant thumping can be heard under a pile of rubble. Further investigation reveals an underground dungeon where the pirates kept an astounding number of slaves. You rescue them and offer them asylum in your closest habitable colony.
Cool. So we got a population on Volusia 2 because it's one of the closer places with the least amount of population. Nifty. So I'm kind of tempted to come out this way with this little fleet here and try to find where this pirate's coming from and destroy that pirate base too. Just so that we don't have to worry about this trickle of pirates coming in for no reason. It just seems a little silly. Alright, so what do we have over here? Everybody's just want to make sure that everyone is making something else that they're not actually doing. Let's see. Tenon has reached max population. Alright, so this is kind of important. They will gain more population once this terraforming completes. So I think what we'll do is leave them there for that. But this isn't really going to help. So let's go ahead and throw these guys. It's -2. So we'll throw a guy up, get a little bit more research out of these guys, and help us out. Volusia 2 obviously has grown because of the extra population we got from the pirate base. Very cool. It will help get these guys growing. They're going to get a 4th population very quickly. And population in the Volusia system in general is just going to be very, very rapid because all of these planets are very good for food production and population growth. Okay, apparently the Meklar have colonized another world. I think that's what that was telling us there. Go ahead and move our ships. Our colony should have arrived. Yep, there it is. So let's go ahead and colonize this arid world. Now, the reason we went for this arid was because, as Klackons, one of our kind of racial specials is that we can turn arid worlds into the cavernous worlds, which we're going to want to do fairly quickly, although it doesn't have to be too quick. But this being a arid world that's rich should provide us with a very nice ability to upgrade and get a lot of production going. If we look at the cavernous transformation right now, you can see 42 turns to get that going. So we'll need to do a little bit of infrastructure before we go after that. So we'll do some of our basic things to get things going off, started off. Let's see. And I think we'll throw in one of those. And we will want to get population happening here a little bit quicker than the production, so we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, I forgot we brought a civil transport with us so that we could quickly drop in another person. So, very good. That will help speed things up a little bit. Volusia Prime has grown, which we will let them just keep doing that. That's good. And in this area, I think we're going to start putting them down here onto productions. Cloning Center is all they have left to do. These guys are really moving fast. Okay, so Volusia 3, let's take a look. It does have a moon. It's one of our rich planets. So we're probably going to want to... Oh, we haven't gotten that. This is where things get a little crazy. I was expecting to see our orbital shipyard up here, but we don't have that yet because we I do want to get that pollution taken care of before we get crazy with it, because we don't have it yet. I remember getting it later in the last playthrough of it, but since I'm playing through this part again so you guys can see kind of where I was going, we don't have that just yet. However, we are going to want to start working on some of this production stuff for the ships. So let's get those going. Obviously, we're going to need a starbase as well, because I don't believe you can create certain ships if you don't have a starbase. So all of these things we're going to want to get done here on Volusia as the population increases. Our research is done, which means our pulsar missiles are finished. Very cool. I could upgrade everything here, but I'm not going to because we are going to start designing new ships fairly soon. And I believe what I had decided was I wanted to go for this gravitic fields fairly quickly so we could get these gravity generators. However, I think I'm going to focus on getting our fleet up and going a little bit quicker. We do, however, want to go and talk to the Cylons.
Welcome back, stranger.
So now they too,
How may I be of
oh,
service?
they do not find us a problem with us colonizing too quickly, which is nice. So we can kind of go here.
Intently.
I do want to check their thing and orbital shipyards. There we go. Looking at this other stuff, telepathic training we don't really need. Fusion beams we're not doing. Alien psychology might be a thing that we're going to want, but we definitely want this orbital shipyard. Now, we can ask them what they want for that straight out.
An equitable arrangement.
And we can do just some straight out credit payments. However, we're going to want to upgrade some of the ships that we already have, which takes a lot of money. So rather than doing that, let's see if we can give them a little bit of tech of our own. Perhaps something like we could give them microbiotics, which is a cheaper tech. We could give them fusion bombs, reinforced hull. The thing is, we kind of want to give them something that is about equal, to make it an even trade, but something that's not going to make it very difficult against us if we ever have to fight against them. So this would improve their ships, which is something we probably don't want to do. The fusion bomb isn't a terrible idea because we're probably not going to expect them to be able to penetrate into our space. If there is a fight between us, I assume that we will be on the offensive because we'll probably be at the higher tech and have the better fleet. So fusion bomb's not a bad idea. Ion drive would allow them to move about a little bit quicker, which that's okay. Microbiotics is a lower tech and would help them grow a little bit faster. I'm going to pick the fusion bomb. I don't expect them to be using this against us very much, and if anything, they may be able to help take out some of our rivals a little bit, or at least whittle them down. So, with that on the table, what do you want?
Equitable arrangement.
You still want another 400 credits. Alright. What about the microbiotics? Maybe that is actually more.
Given identical experimental conditions, results stay consistent.
Okay.
I find this an equitable arrangement.
Alright. If we did. Alright, let's just do this. We'll just pay the 400. We'll make it back fairly quickly. So we'll go ahead and propose that.
Every chance for cooperation.
And that gives us that tech, which is very nice. Deal requires 2124 credits. That's unfortunate. For some reason, research treaties require a ton of money. And so I'm not sure what that's about, but we can probably get another trade treaty going.
I welcome every chance for cooperation.
Cool beans.
Farewell, stranger.
So with the Cylons, we have gained a little bit of technical advantage, including the orbital shipyard, which is going to be fantastic. Now, Nephthys doesn't have, let's go ahead and land the civilians there, doesn't have a moon for us to use an orbital shipyard, so it's not going to be a part, give us anything there. However, Volusia does, Alphar does, Hyades does, and Zoctan might if we decide to turn this into like our actual center for production. Could probably do the same thing over here on the small baron. Once we get that tech that allows us to take all of the system production and fork it over to a specific planet. But right now we have three that will be very good for ship production. So that is cool. That means that when we learn artificial gravity, we will just get the moon research base, which will be cool.
Fusca is regretful, most precious.
Uh,
It must...
it's okay, Fusca. And that'll be good. Good deal. So, let's go ahead and continue on. Good turn for us all in all. We still have a bunch of these scouts roaming around in our space. I don't like it. But there's not a lot we can do about it at the moment. So, here we have, what is this? Oh, this is a Bulrathi. It looks like Ravati is colonized by the humans. They may have taken out whatever pirate base was here initially. Or it could have come from Cadmus or Sanomedia. I don't know. Wherever this pirate is coming from, it's from a long way off. Unfortunately, we can't kind of turn around mid-go, so we're going to have to, once we reach Ravati, we'll just turn around. The pirates do not, you can see they're only 110, they do not make me feel any bit nervous. Here's Alphar 5. With these guys, we can start getting ready for orbital shipyard and space elevator. But before I do that, I want to throw in a toxic processor. And then we'll get into this stuff. Because I want to kind of minimize. You can see we're already at 19 pollution. And in fact, by the time the toxic processor is done, we'll probably need to do a bit of cleanup. So just anticipating there a little bit. Colden Prime has grown. That is not surprising in the least. We don't need to build. We could build a bunch of stuff here, but it's really not great. Our home world is poor. It's not great for production. So instead, when we learn the moon laboratories, we'll build a moon lab and focus more on the research here. And Beluga 2 has grown. Cool. Let's go ahead and give you some production and get that going there. Beluga 2 is not rich or ultra rich. It's just abundant. So this is another planet that we will probably focus a little bit more on research. Although it's interesting in the way that these tiles are laid out because it doesn't show a lot of research capacity on this planet. So we'll see what we can do there. Terraforming is completed here at Tinnen. It is now a large Terran world, and that is lovely. So that's going to give it the opportunity to grow a little bit more, which is fine. We've got a cloning center and a soil enrichment. I don't think we need that. In fact, if we just add a couple guys to this here, they will grow very fast. So, I don't even think they need this cloning center much, but they've already been building on it for a little bit. So we'll let them finish that. And then we'll probably have them just go into trade goods or something and throw everybody up on research. Because these guys are just going to be a pure research facility. No moon, so we can't build the thing there, but that's okay. Oh, it's going to tell me about these stupid pirates every turn. It's very annoying. Zokjan has grown. Let's see there. Oh, but our government facility is about to be done, so that works just fine. And Alphar 5, who is going to be building up all of our stuff here. Very cool. They only have 2 population left with which to grow with, so I'm actually going to, yeah, you see here, we can actually keep their population growth fairly steady even with a full production queue. So I'm just going to throw everybody they have into production. Okay. Go ahead and move our ship. Basically, the only ship we have left to move is this one, who's just going to get out here and turn around. But that's okay. I suppose we'll leave him on this path just in case we want to go and explore over here into Cadmus or Santa Media. But yeah, you see this pirate is going all over the place. There's no telling. I think he's trying to come down this way, but that'll be blocked off, and we'll come around this way. The pirate AI is just very weird. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Will of the Legion, this is for your consideration.
Thank you, Fusca. So here we've got battle pods and fighter bays. We're going to go with battle pods. We talked about fighter bays a little bit. While I do think that huge swarms of fighters is very bug-like, I'm going to wait for the heavy fighter bays because they're just better. And choosing fighter bays over battle pods seems a little bit silly if you're just going to get better fighter bays a little bit later.
The Hive devisers have...
Again, we're not going to upgrade anything just yet because once the robotics is done, which gives us the Dauntless Guidance System, we have a lot of overflowed research for some reason. Not quite sure why. But we'll take it. Yeah. So next turn we'll have robotics and we'll be able to start designing our new fleets. But that'll have to wait till next time. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please tap on that like button. It really helps me out. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, share it with your friends, and please leave me comments. I love to hear from you guys. And I'll get back to you as soon as I see them. But until next time, I've been Jaylbayt. You guys live free, game hard.